to all of you for coming and spending some time with us. We all stay in metros and we know what's the challenge in commuting, especially in cities like Mumbai and Delhi. So thank you everyone for joining us for this session. So as you know, Vikas kind of set the context when we started this journey of reimagining these two processes. One is procurement, and one we talk about this accounts payable processing. We went obviously back to the whiteboard. We are specialists in design thinking, so we had multiple design thinking sessions organized on how to kind of envision the whole product and how do we go and talk to our customers. So as we took several inputs while in the discovery process. So first one, the input which we took was that we kind of studied the commerce ecosystem in great detail. So if you look at the picture, you will see that there are four main stakeholders in the commerce landscape. You will have buyers, you will have sellers, then you will have logistics and integrators in between who would basically supplying those goods and services from sellers to buyers. And then you have the regulators and the financial institutions. So, as Vikas kind of articulated eMACH.ai. So through eMACH.ai, we basically make, move and manage money for our customers. And now we found a lot of synergy in the commerce landscape also. Because if you look at commerce, it is also kind of movement of money along with movement of goods and services. So we basically found a lot of synergies between the open finance platform eMACH.ai and the commerce ecosystem. And we decided that we will expand our open finance platform to the commerce ecosystem. So that was one of the genesis of building this product. The second input which we took is basically we went through a lot of articles of these thought leaders, the analysts, the research agencies and all that. We spoke to multiple people who are experts in this arena, and we found that there's a big market potential in both accounts payable area as well as the procurement area. And there's a big headroom for kind of deploying intelligent and innovative solutions. So if you see right now, the market is pretty big for both, and it's a pretty fractured market. You will not see much people focusing on these two areas. And also what the analysts are saying is that by 2030, these two areas would probably expand to about $20 billion US dollars in the market potential. So we think that there's a market which is part of, again, the DVF framework of the viability part of it to kind of go and launch these products. The third area also what we kind of took input is the issues today the corporates are facing in procurement as well as in accounts payable. So if you look at procurement, people have multiple challenges. Okay, so there's a challenge on onboarding a new seller. Then there's a challenge that there are a certain set of buyers who would like to buy from the same sellers because of the comfort they kind of enjoy. Then there are different departments who buy in silos. They don't talk to each other. Then there are very, very complex approval processes. Somebody buys through marketplace, somebody does an RFP. So there are different procurement boards. So all of these ultimately leads to inefficiencies and cost overruns in a company. If you look at the accounts payable side, you will see that you will have multiple vendors. They will provide invoices in multiple formats. Somebody will send through email, somebody will send through a hard copy. Then you will have problems in the variations between a PO and invoice because you have to match the invoice to the back to the PO. Then you have to match again with the compliance part of it, that is GST and the PAN requirements, which are statutory in terms. So all of these takes a lot of time to process because today it is done manually in an organization, which actually delays the payment and then it actually affects the supplier relationship side of it, the company. On top of these two, I think there are certain common issues which the corporates are facing in terms of audits, traceability and compliance for both these two processes. And based on these inputs, we kind of took our forward on our journey to launch these two products. Now I'll just briefly go to iCPX, which is what we call as the Intellect Corporate Procurement Exchange. That's the full form name of the product. And any corporate who's into procurement, who is procuring something, could be adopting this product going forward. So this is a little bit of a complex slide, but I'll make it try to make it simple. So if you look at these boxes on the top, right, the left one is basically the first box, which basically where we kind of set the backbone of the entire system going there. So which involves onboarding the sellers, creating the seller and the buyer profiles on the platform, creating the rules and I would say entitlements of different people. Who's supposed to do what in a company. So that's basically we do the back-end job where the platform is set, where people can start using. The second part originates when a buyer or a buyer department, he wants to buy something. So he will either create a demand and send it to the procurement officer, or he will give a purchase requisition to an officer. So the person now, what he does is that he goes to multiple marketplaces, tries to figure out what's the estimate of that purchase. He will look at his own history of procurement, whether he has kind of bought previously these same products, to kind of estimate what kind of be the budgeting for this procurement. The third box is where the actual price discovery happens. So either the purchaser will kind of create an RFP or an RFQ for people to respond with the product and price details, or he can go to the marketplace and do a direct purchase, or he can kind of look at maybe going for open tenders and all that, right? So there the price discovery happens. People submit their quotations, they do an evaluation, and find then the fourth box, which is the purchase order, is created from there. Now, once the purchase order is created, the seller would supply the goods to the buyer through a logistics partner. Once the buyer receives it, he will do inspection of both in terms of quality and quantity, and if everything is okay, the seller will raise an invoice. So I will touch the APX and VPX a little later. Then actually once the invoice is submitted, it goes to the payment process, where through iCPX you can make the payments, or we have integrations with all the large ERPs in the world like SAP and Oracle, through which a payment can be made, which completes the procurement cycle of an organization. I think the differentiating part here is that we have used Purple Fabric, which is part of eMACH.ai. It is our do-it-yourself